Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 23rd of October 2019. Here's a look at the daily chart of the ES. This is the broad market front month futures contract. You can see we have stalled out a bit here once again, just under the risk line from the 13 sell signal that has not been satisfied in either direction yet since 4th of July. We've been so flat. And at the end of the day, when you look at where we were at the start of May, and this is the end of November, the start of November almost, we're like 2 points higher than that. So it's been a very horrible 6-month period for the market. It's very flat. But the 13 sell signals in place. We'll talk about some of the other features of this in a moment. First, let's go through the major daily charts, and then we'll talk about the intraday action. Go from there. Here's a look at the crude oil. Was up down 39 cents to 54.09. Gold up $4.50. Puts it right on the 10-day moving average. S&P cash index loses $10.73. The NASDAQ 100 down 65.71. Again, this one's bumping up. This is the same thing, right? This is where we were, plus or minus a couple points at any point at the beginning of May. So 6 months of nothing in the markets. The SOX down 12. We'll look at the broader look in the monthlies and everything in a minute. The biotech's up 46 after a bigger gap up with some buyouts like BIIB. Had some positive results and gapped up a bit. Russell 2000 up 72 cents, so basically dead flat. It was weak most of the session. The VIX gains 46 cents to 1446. We can also look at the VXX, which is the VIX daily chart. By the way, this is a 13. This is the tradable VIX, 13 buy signal, and the low today was the risk line. We're bouncing right off of that. Looks like a good time for the VIX to head up, and we've got some calls on that. The trend closes at 0.95 and a 0.96, but it also takes out a 2-point-something reading from 10 days ago to the 10-day moving average, 11 days ago. And like I said last night, that drops the 10-day moving average from what was about 1.04 to 0.86. So anything lower on the VIX tomorrow basically gets the moving average down to 0.85. And remember, that's a sell signal on the broad market. Now let's line this up real quick, and then we'll keep going. But I just want to say the last time, and you don't get these things frequently, right? If you look at the early part of this year, we had the VIX, the trend was flat, but look at the blue line, the 10-day moving average, right? Never really got down to 0.86. Then we had a big spike in August, got up to 1.5. That's actually maybe a buy signal on the market sometimes. Then we pulled back, and we got beginning of September, like the first week of September, the 10-day goes under 0.85. That's a sell signal on the broad market. Then back up already to almost 1.5, and now back down potentially to under 0.86. Line those things up with the stock market, and you get, when you got that first reading high, you got the bottom in August. When you got the second reading under 0.85, you got the top in September. Then when you got back above, and so you did get a pullback off of that, you got back above that 1.35 on the 10-day. It was the bottom in September, and now here we are already back to the sell signal at the highs, even though the market has done nothing. The trend looks more volatile right now than the market itself. So anyways, NASDAQ volume 1.85 billion shares, a little bit better than the day before. That's right on the 10-day moving average. Very light, low 10-day moving average in volume for this time of year. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ negative 142. So more stocks down than that, plus 495. Wow, that's off quite a bit. Actually, plus 580. No, 502. Sorry, this is plus 502 on the New York. Google loses $3.08. Apple loses 55 cents. It's at new highs. It made new highs earlier in the day. Netflix down $11.36. Amazon down 19.93. Tesla up $2.08. Facebook down 7.42. Traded some winners and losers today. We had a good winner in SQ. We had a small winner. A small winner in VMware and a small winner. Well, you could have done either way on Costco, depending on how you managed it. None of those added up. The big one was SQ, and it is what it is. A very boring day overall. Goldman Sachs was up 35 cents. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 81 cents. None of this matters when the market's this flat. We need to shake loose. Hopefully, if we get the right trend reading, we can pull back and head lower, and that'll give us some more interesting action. In terms of economic data coming out on Wednesday, there's a housing price index at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Crude oil inventory is an hour into the market. And that is that. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Wednesday.